the traditional notion of bullying has changed as social media has pushed a narrative on anonymity and cancel culture is on the rise. During the pandemic, many took to their keyboards to call out public figures, and now one project wants to show the severity of online bullying. Joining us is Andrew Rossow, co-founder of the Guardian Project, and he's here to talk about modern-day bully culture. Andrew, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and so tell us, how has the pandemic accelerated the need for legal efforts in the battle against online bullying and cancel culture?
The pandemic forced everybody to go remote, to really invest more into technology, our laptops, our computers, our smartphones, electronic devices, where no longer was there a physical presence, but everyone was online and having this cooped up frustration, anxiety, anger, and desire to have that connection also unfortunately encouraged some poor digital hygiene. So the move to bring out stronger legislation is dire now more than ever.
And why does it seem so difficult for our legal landscape to officially address online bullying and mental health?
That's a great question. And on a federal level, there is no federal law that regulates anti-bullying, or rather bullying. Most states, though, do have some form of an electronic harassment law that speaks to bullying. And for example, California has Seth's law that governs what public schools and institutions should be doing. So the problem is that our laws are still catching up to the rapid advancement of our tech right now.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's playing a lot of catch up as things kind of progress. So, how has the traditional notion of bullying evolved into today's digital age? You touched on that a little bit, but if you could expand a little more.
Traditionally, bullying started on a playground in a physical setting. Think back to the birth of scapegoat culture with the Salem witch trials and the notion of you have a large crowd of people that are essentially throwing rocks at you, throwing items at you. But in today's digital age, it's not that. You have a mass amount of people online that are able to jump on board, retweet, share messages at a much faster pace than a person knows how to handle at times. And that's what's created a problem for the legal landscape, is figuring out how to bring big tech into the world of accountability and to protect users online while also maintaining that First Amendment right to free speech.
I think a large part of it too is with cyberbullying, it's a lot of people that are anonymous that you don't get to see face to face who are behind these actions. So tying in that legal aspect when these people are remaining anonymous makes it difficult as well. But tell us about the Guardian project that you co-launched with TV actor Mark Pellegrino and how you're hoping to provide some help and support and change.
This is such a project that is near and dear to both of our hearts, and it's an honor to work alongside Mark. And I'd met Mark initially during an interview of my own as a member of the media, and we found out very quickly that we both shared similar instances and experiences with bully culture growing up. And using the platforms that we both have, we wanted to create a community as a resource for those who do not have a voice or feel that they don't have a voice, to be heard, to be seen, to share their experiences, but also to connect them with the right figures, whether they're lawmakers, psychiatrists, doctors, lawyers, just somebody so that feeling of isolation isn't there. And our move is to create a docuseries, which we're working on right now. So it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience so far.
And that's great that you're creating a docuseries. What else does the Guardian Project aim to address in the online bullying and mental health space? And is that being addressed in your docuseries?
Absolutely. First and foremost, we need to remove anonymity from users online because social media is a privilege. It's not a right. So whether we create a way for our identification to be tied to our online usernames for purposes of accountability, that's a big step right there. Addressing the notion of decontextualization, for example, with tweets. It's very easy right now to take apart a tweet and repost it as if that was the initial tweet, which creates problems. So right now we want to really create an educational environment and curriculum to address these very issues, to teach good digital hygiene and work with people every step of the way.
Oh, well, thank you for bringing this to our attention, to our viewers' attention, Andrew. And for more on this initiative, you can follow them on Instagram at The Guardian Project Official.